Hello there. Okay, so let's just show you what I've been watching for. Well, actually, I was going to say let's show you what I've been watching, but we've just got to the end of it. Yeah, Tuskens versus Sortie Droids. That took pretty much a full 5 minutes. I was kind of expecting it to carry on a bit longer, actually, so I suppose it's one blessing it didn't. Just got one more thing to do, but we can do that in a minute. Alright, let's skip tracks. And we don't want Conquest. Yeah, let's just do Grand Arena. Let's go straight in. Alright, so we did lose round one. We lost round one on both accounts, actually. That was a bit disappointing, because I did score reasonably well on both, but my drops really got punished, so we need to be efficient today. What's our opponent's name here? Ultra Zorero G. Okay. Okay, so Raro G, they're part of, I'm guessing, Alliance Ultras. I'm 13.2. They are 13.6. Let's just go to the screen for you guys. There we go. A bit clearer for you. Zeta's 354 to 385. Omicron's 57 to 63, so definitely an advantage for them. GL's 8 to 9 on their side, so I'm guessing Hondo's missing. Ralik's 274 to, well, actually 274, we're equal. Nice surprise. Actual Ralik breakdown, we're behind on the 9s, 17 to 28. Behind on the 8s, 18 to 37. We're just ahead on the 7s, 98 to 80. And we both have 94 Ralik 5s. Alright, interesting. Slight edge on the 25 score, 118 to 112. They're ahead on the 20s, 361 to 383. And they're ahead on the 15s, 539 to 667. Also, the amount of 6-dot mods probably plays a part there. Datacrons, they've got more than me. Interesting choice to go offense and health on JML. And a speed set on C. Although that's a very fast slacker. Offense on Wampa. Again, that's a choice. No offense on Raver. Okay. 370, I think, is faster than my Great Mother, so we can't do that with Ezra. Oh, hang on, we might just be able to. 371, so yeah, we just be able to squeeze it if they haven't got a 25% Terminator Crom. That's a very fast Bush as well. Very fast Dre. Okay. Let's get the planning board up and let's see what we're going to do. And let's reset. Yeah, so full clear. No surprises there. One shot on Rex 5s, Enoch, Caloran Beck, Mace, and Adrad. South Wall, 2-shot Lord Vader, 1-shot Qui-Gon, 2-shot Saw, 1-shot Finn, 1-shot Ray-Ben Ezra. Back Wall, no drops on Omega, Iden, Jawas, Trench, or Tuskens. Fleet Wall, 3 shots to take down Akbar Home 1. That's cool. Alright. I mean, some things you don't expect, so B-Wing obviously played a little tricky role for him there. Okay. Let's see if we can take advantage. So, let's get 3v3 on here. We're seeing Boss Nass. Oh, that's Bisnass apparently. We got Sorg as well. We got Enoch as well. We got the Great Mothers. And we got Raver with 9th Sister. Okay. Can't sleep on that one. On the south, we've got Lord Vader. We've got Try again. We've got Trench. We've got Ahsoka with Ezra. We've got Mace. And we've got Ray-Ban Cal. Okay. Some interesting stuff here. No Jocasta in the Mace team. Which makes me think they might do Mace at the back. Sorry, not Mace. Calla and Jocasta and someone else at the back. Okay. Maybe we do Leia on Ahsoka, just to play it safe. I do get the feeling I could great mother it, but I'm just like, let's not chance it. We've got the Bo-Katan Kron, so we can do that there. C could actually struggle a bit with Mace. It's captive that was concerning me. I know if you do C Bane, Bane gets captive, and then C's pretty much just chilling on his own for the entire battle. Yeah, I really don't want to throw Ufus at that. If anything, I'd rather Ufus be dealing with Rey. Although that is a little bit awkward. I want to save Malgus for the battle, just in case Caloran's there. I don't know if Traya could do... yeah, I don't know if Traya could do Mace. At least my Traya, I should say. I don't even know who get captive. That is a full level 15 there, so there's... I don't know exactly what that does, but I'm going to assume quite a bit. Let's have a look. Stuns, assists... They all start with tactical supremacy. They gain crit chance, protection over time, they gain defense, which shouldn't really happen because I don't think there's any passive mechanics for that. It's only what? If you use this basic, you call all other allies with riposte, which they don't get other than Dooku. Whenever Trench shocks an enemy against protection up. Okay. Might not be the worst Kron that to deal with. Scorch with Lord Vader as well is slightly problematic. I'm assuming it'll still work because we can beat Lord Vader in 5s, but yeah, just a little bit sketchier. You tell me there are absolutely no counters in 3v3 for Mace. Sorry about the cough, folks. I suppose we could try that. Bane Sass. I mean, Bane would take the... sorry, Sass would take the initial captive. Yeah, that might be the option. Maybe we could do Traya there. Just the idea of if Duke is going to be attacking at a turn, then Traya will punish it. The Great Mothers can do the Gungans. It's not listed on here, but Darth Revan could do... Well, Darth Revan Zalbar maybe could do that. Balin can do that. Yeah, I think I leave that wall from there. I don't play around too much without knowing what's at the back. So, yeah, let's get on with this. I think we try this first just to see how it goes. And so Trey let me down last round, so hopefully she doesn't do it 2 in a row. Oh, not set. Yeah, I think that's the one I like. Oh, Gungans. Thank you, T-Max. I actually did forget about them. Have I got them available? Yeah, let's do it. That actually sounds a lot more preferable. Yeah, thanks for the shout out. Ooh, who do we go for? Let's go for that. It's alright, I haven't actually altered my list here, so I've got some teams from 5v5 and yeah, Gungans have been on defense there. Saying that, they could have done Raver, but yeah. You go for Tarpals. Okay, we can give that a go. Here we go. Let's just do that. Alright, Dukester down. Okay, Deathmark would be nice if we can apply it. Okay, not liking that one bit. There we go, down. Ooh, there we go. Just about 67. Definitely makes me glad I had an R9 Jar Jar at that point. Oh, okay. WhatsApp's deciding to open up. Let's close that. Alright, 67. Alright, let's go Seer next. With this being a Raycron, I know this could be a bit awkward. I am going to use the Vader level 9. Well, Vadercron as well. I think it's just got nice stats and hopefully it's enough to just help us survive this. Alright, let's do that. Dispel. Throw some rocks. Ben's already in yellow, that's good. Let's throw that. Uh, 19 stacks, so we still need a bit more. Shields up. Okay, we're still standing. Cal could be annoying here, I suspect. Okay, she's in the yellow. Ugh, okay. Yeah, triple foresight is yuck. Okay, down, cool. Okay, still standing. Okay, Cal down. C is just about hanging in there. Okay, beautiful Taran. 54. Oh man, I have just not had any luck with DCs this time. I am in a shameful position. I've got... Actually, I might as well show it just for the fact that it'll show it better than Tal. I've got Adrad at level 15, Iden at level 12. I've tried putting a... Oh, I'll just say try. I wanted to put a bit into the Jarl one for the stats. I've got Ben and First Order Stormtrooper. I'm literally doing atrocious, but it's these not level 9s, the FDCs, they just take up so much time. Hopefully I can just pull some, well, I say pull some back. We're on Saturday now, so I'm essentially waiting for next season now. You done better than me, T-Max, let's say that. I don't think there's much difference. Sure. Have a sip of me drink. Raver. Raver was up in the air a little bit because I wasn't sure what I wanted to use just based on the fact that obviously I don't know what the back wall is yet. But I also think, doesn't Bane lose to Raver? It is 9th, yeah. I mean, I think if I'd tried Gungans, it probably would have still been a loss because they'd have just bombarded shield early on, wouldn't they? Kyle, we've just taken down Ray, but I'll keep that in mind. Is that with Bane? Okay. I suppose the question is then, what do we do with Mace then? Because I feel like Mace is a bit of an awkward customer right now. I say right now in this round, just for the fact that it's this captive army that's kind of sitting in my head a bit. Yeah, I feel like Trey's got to be the one, but my relics just don't give me confidence here. Thankfully, it's not like high relics on their side, but still, it's like, ugh. Yeah, Nihilist captive. Okay, we'll do that even though I don't think it does anything. Because then hopefully we can start working on Mace. Ooh. Don't like. Ooh, 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 ooh. No likey. Okay, she's looking better. Come on. Alright, Mace down. Now I'm feeling alright. I know Dapper's probably as much a threat, but still it's like, at least the leader's out. Okay, that's not bad. Yeah, it just gave me the EBs just seeing how Trey got hit then. I'm like, oh god. Plus Nyla's starting captive, it's like... Okay. I think that might be the best way to phrase it. It's like a bad start, but a good end. There we go. Okay, 57. So we layer Ahsoka. Okay, steal from Drogon. Perfect time to check Datacrons. Yeah, it comes back, but we knew that would happen. Ooh, wow, okay. Hide. Yeah, it didn't do anything. Okay. Suppose we just go around in here. Yeah, this does not feel fun. Because at this rate, I don't think we get Drogon back. Oh, wow. Yeah. Safe to say this didn't go to plan. Losing Drogon so early just wrecked us. Wow. Okay. So... I wonder if we do Slacker. Yeah, I think Slacker could be safe. Right, let's just stun Ezra. Yeah, to be honest, I think that's probably the way I'm going to have to start thinking about it. I mean, I think in 5 should be alright, but I think 3s is just a different ball game. Plus, maybe it is just me, but I feel like I've forgotten Slacker's around. I'm not used to him being on defense for the last couple of months. It's like a mentality switch of going, oh yeah, he's here still. Go on, let's just do that. Just for the buff immunity shock and all that. Well, very nice that they couldn't actually hit anyone then who could die, you know. Okay. In situations like this, I feel like I have to defend Ahsoka as a character a little bit. I mean, I know she isn't like an exciting galactic legend, but you look at a battle, or not a battle, but a scenario like this, you know, she does get annoying, you know? Could she be better? Yes, but she's not like dog water either. Just trying. I know that we don't want to be greedy, but I am trying to see if I can maneuver Darkside Ray for a kill. Nope. In a word. 33. Okay. Outbreak's just kicked in, so we'll hold fire for 90 seconds. Let's just see. That's about 142, I think. Okay. But yeah, this should be just doing Bo-Katan, shouldn't it? I think that's the first time I've lost with Leia on offense in a really long time. Definitely not something I'm used to. Was it 31? No, it's 33, I think. As long as I don't muck up like this guy did against my defense, I should be alright. I've dropped 1, so I just need to regain some efficiency here. Right, I don't know if the ad break's ended. I assume it hasn't. So trouble, I don't get a notification right now saying that it's finished or not. Oh yeah, we're all done. We're all done. Okay. Let's go then. So Scorch could make this difficult. Let's pop that on IG just... Oh, pop that on IG just so that he's not going to take hits. And I figure let's just go for Scorch, try and game out early. Okay. Again, let's just go for Scorch. I don't see the point in trying to work around him. Okay. $21 birds. Lovely. Protect IG. Protect the foundling. Let's do that. That'll do. 53. It's a one-shot. What are we facing at the back? Tarkin and Balin in sight. I had a feeling Caloran would be back here. We've got Finn Zori. Tarkin with CX2. Sortie. And Balin. Okay. I feel like Wampa makes some sense to give a go on Sortie. Even though my Wampa's weak here, the Wampa Cron should buff us up a bit, at least in my head. Bane there. Even though it hasn't been listed on my sheet here, we have got Jabba. So Jabba can do Balin. Five teams. Five teams, we've got 3 GLs. I feel like Raver suits that. There's a bit of me thinking, do I do a Inquisitor mirror match? But in 3s, that sounds horrendous. What about Seabane? I'm not lacking anything, just to be clear, just floating ideas. I think we'll give it a go. This guy did drop a fair bit on me, so I feel like we've got like a touch of wiggle room. Nothing to be too crazy, but just enough to try things out. feel like this is worth trying more than Jab at this because, well, if anything, Jabba's solid against Balin. As much as it might have been wise using the first special there with C, I'm thinking let's just get to the insta-kill. There we go, 57. That felt pretty safe. Alright, let's get the Inquisitors in. 1, 2, 3. Oh. I mean, I could do it with them three, but why chance it? Yeah, I don't think Merrin's got the knack of this. Actually, quite surprising how quick they died. I feel like Morgan just died of sadness. Alright, Saw Gerrera. Go on, let's do that. I'm assuming he's got 6. Let's keep going. Four stacks, let's do a basic. Alright, Saw down. Always nice when they go down without taking a turn. Alright, looks like Luthen could die before even being targeted. 57. Okay. Honestly, I'm going to remove this. Great Mother should be able to deal with Gungans without a Kron. Yeah, let's just put that on Boss. We'll do that on... Trying to think if there's any reason to bless Morgan. We'll do it anyway. Okay, do that to Tarples. How rude. Alright, Doom. All right, 57 again. Nice and easy. And Jamal. Is it weird that I feel like the Jedi needs some sort of lifter? You know, you think about how Mace came into the game and it's like, I know he's a Jedi, but he's not like for the Jedi. It was a very weird character. Alright, that was beyond simple. Alright, Batwall. Caloran. Need to focus down Granny with a gun. Yeah, it always feels like Rey gets the goodies. I don't know if they can end up putting a clause in it, something like this character loses health and damage when they gain Inspire or something. Just something that basically says F you, Rey. I still think they should do that with Ezra. Just make it that he has to go with Ahsoka a bit more. People are actually doing it of their own choice now, but still, it kind of irritates me that he's too flexible. Says me who put him on defense, by the way. Thank you. I was going to say, please die. I don't fancy taking a lightsaber to the face. Sweet. Let's give Wampa a run out here because, yeah. If this doesn't go right, I will need to plan B it. Relicate Hu Yang as well as a Relic 9 Sortie. It could be a bit tricky. It could. I feel like an idiot when I say it and then I'm seeing him going to the red that easy. It's like, am I just being an idiot? Right, there's one Hu Yang gone. There's two Hu Yangs gone. And there's a Sortie gone. Alright, brilliant Wumps, brilliant. Just think, Relic Delta, that wouldn't be a thing. Okay, Hook Cartel. 1, 2, 3. But yeah, my Relic 3 Wampa would get absolutely wrecked by that Relic 9 Sortie. Go on, let's just disarm. Or not. Who needs disarm? There we go. I say we don't want riposte on their side, so let's just get rid of that. And some DI, please. Thank you. 56. Bummer. Ends a run of 57s. Yeah, the entire north wall are 57. Okay. Actually, saying that, I 58 this, did I? Yeah, so it balances out. 57 average for these walls so far. Oh, hang on, I've just snoozed that alarm now. I can stop it. There we go. Alright, so Queen and Kenobi. Is it bad that I kind of want to not use the Scav Raycron? It's that thing of, well, if I need it, but I shouldn't need it. I keep forgetting don't open with that, but hopefully one day I'll remember. Oh, lovely. 57. And JMK to finish. Okay, so let's put that onto Kitty Cat. Let's do a leap. And yeah, just survive a few turns. We should be fine. Canopster, if you can put a DI on your younger self, is it? Then yeah, that'd be ideal. There we go, that's what we're after. Beautiful. 57. $16.14. Okay, they've gone for the Akbar bounty hunters. So we do prof there. I don't actually know what's beating the home one bounty hunters. I assume like normal executor would win. I just don't know how you play the mirror. Probably just Ebenork, isn't it? Stop them getting contract and then... Yeah, well, that should be it, I think. Okay, Xanadu straight out, brilliant. Oh, I thought I clicked it. Okay, so we get a taunt, nice. Ooh, not nice. Well, that's yuck. Okay, so Razor Crest down. Does nick banners. Saying that, we've got the better contract, so we should be alright. Oh, wow, okay, that was unfortunate. Alright, Death Mark gone. Destroy the other well, the home one. Cool. 69, not perfect, but at least it was a win. Anakin's in the starting line up here, so we should be able to just do a traditional 3. Pardon me. Yeah, I did misplay here. I should have gone for the first special with Outrider to begin with. I should still be fine, but it's just out of order a bit. Maybe Han's AoE can get them. Like, got Y-Wing. There we go. Force the taunt. Okay, we've got the assists. Lovely. Okay, take away the capital ship. Yep, they do that. Of course they do. Let's do the basic there. Can we do a flyby? Just basic. We don't kill too quick. Oh, we're fine now. We're fine. Oh, kind of. Banners? Yeah, we're alright. Just funny seeing that protection shoot up. Alright, final one, Radus. I have been working on my resistance mods, try and get this a little bit more reliable without X-Wing. Okay, their turns. It would have been nice to have got evade with Rose there. Alright, comeuppance. Ow, one survives. Little git. Let's put that there. Just try and get to spy out in the open as quick as we can. Yeah, we're going to lose Poe at this rate. Okay, that's okay. Could have been better, but it was okay. Ooh. Okay, not fun. Oh, come on. The annoyance when the evasion ship does all the evading. You know what? Screw it. It doesn't matter if they die now. Just die. Thank you. Right, bad banners. 70. But actually, it was better than I thought. 2052. Alright. Good win. Good win. Okay, we're back on the positive little track after the last time. Let's see what we got here. Cool. Cool. Oh, I've got something else. Oh, right, cool. What was this other one? Offense up. I know you can do offense up with these. Oh, I'm forgetting Dark Trooper. Doi. Is it Stark who does it? Yeah, it's Piat. Okay. Ooh, okay, that's not good. Oh, you got the offense up with Tuscans. Maybe I just got unlucky. Let's do this then. Shaq. I just reorder these two. Where's Anakin? There he is. And Hoda, I guess. I feel like that's enough ways of spreading buffs. Okay. Let's just start working on it, I guess. Okay. I wouldn't have thought it'd matter too much here how quick I go, because if I'm using Shaq all the time, she's getting offense up on a basic, so as long as I'm using that ability, I should be fine. Yeah, I think full auto here could probably be fine. I think the only issue is, can we get trip down? Hey up, Luke, how you doing? Cheers, by the way. Yeah, I'm gonna say it was a good round, that. I feel like they did set a few interesting things, but nothing like overly challenging. I like the little Vader idea, to be fair. Putting SWGOH there and CX2 with Tarkin. I thought I like seeing people try things like that. You know, it didn't pan out for them, but I appreciate the effort. You know, it's a bit like people just thinking outside the box a bit, but not so far out that you think they're crazy madmen. So yeah, fun round that. All right, did I get it? Fingers crossed I got it. Yeah, there we go. Okay, let's go here. So I'm currently third in Fleet Arena. I'm going to just leave that there for now. We're going to see if we can do Crimson's Grand Arena. How do I have so much energy? I haven't been spending it. Whether that's a good call or not, I don't know, but in my mind, I'm thinking double drops is coming, so maybe I can get a bucket load of car attack from it. Ooh. But yeah, that's why my head's gone. Whether it's the right call, I don't know. Especially when I'm saying to myself, I feel like I need more car attack. It's like, maybe I should have been farming some rather than hoarding energy. Okay, let's just cash these in. Hey up, Ada. How you doing? Now, I'm just floating something that's been in my mind. Simply because any of you that spot things, you know, you might have or you might notice something with Crimson. I'm currently not in a guild. I'm in two minds about what I'm doing with Crimson right now, and I haven't worked out what is the right call. I reached out the other day to someone. I was like, have you got a space? And oh, no. The guild actually disbanded. I was in the officer group and we were struggling between us to do enough of the things to actually rebuild the guild after we'd had a spat of departures, including Temmin. So yeah, it was a case of, we thought, all right, rather than kidding ourselves on that we can recover, let's just go our separate ways, as it were. And yeah, everyone's found a home that needed to find a home, let's say that. As far as Crimson, I have kind of got a default place in a guild, but I'm not really wanting to go there, sadly. It's the guild I was in before, Desert Term. I love the people in the guild, but I'm veering towards two options, right? One is, if I can find a guild that interests me, I'd be open to joining. But the other part of me is thinking that maybe I retire Crimson, which is something I never thought I'd say. I always thought Crimson would be the one that lasted over Temmin. But I feel like if I'm looking at my account here, even though it's only 1 million GP behind Temmin, it just feels like everything here comes much harder than Temmin. And it's starting to feel like a slog. I don't know. I'm just wondering if the fun is going away from it a little bit. Also, it doesn't help that both accounts are doing pretty much the same things now. You know, like, both are going for clones for pirates. It's like, yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure what to do. I mean, I've got red crates here, so I'd get Maz. But, yeah. Yeah, I definitely wouldn't sell it. I recognise there's potential there, but I'm not in that mindset, you know, where I'd want to profit off it. I don't know. Right now, I'm just feeling very confused about what to do next, because it's not like even though there would be a time benefit to me in the sense that I'd have more time to myself, more time I can spend with my mum. It's not like Crimson cuts into those times dramatically. You know, it halved things, but it's not like the biggest of halves, you know what I mean? But it's not like I'm crying out to call it either. So yeah, I'm just feeling in a very weird spot right now. It's the only way I can put it. I'm like I say, I'm bringing all this up, right, because I'm going to do my GAC. But as soon as, like, if you click on my account, it's like no guild, and it's very weird. I didn't want to just hop into like a temp guild either, because I felt like I'd be in a very awkward spot doing that. But yeah, let's just see how this goes. Exactly, yeah. I mean, I've made rash calls in the past before, so I wouldn't want to make any rash calls here. I think the main thing for myself is I just feel like it's very hard to get the... How do I phrase it? When I started with Crimson, the idea was it was an account to correct the mistakes I'd made on my main. You know, so on my main, I didn't really focus right at the beginning, so I made sure I focused on Crimson, going for like Revan and all the things that were meta at the time. So Crimson always felt like it was an account that was more focused and more ahead of the curve, you know. It was on point. Whereas because of Lightspeed bundles especially, Temmin's just jumped light speed ahead of Crimson. So it's kind of like the account's lost its purpose as well, which is very weird. Still good as a free-to-play barometer of how the game is, but it's not like a brilliant example of it because, you know, I'm 12 mil. I'm not the same as someone who's just starting out as free-to-play as well, so... Yeah, like I say, I need to have a think on it, but I figured I'd put it out there because I didn't want to essentially be sort of leaving it up in the air in terms of if people spotted it and wonder what the crack was. Essentially, yeah, that's how it started anyway. Like at one point I did move Crimson to a bigger guild purely because I felt like it was the one that would benefit from the better resources more than my main. But again, Lightspeed bundles have really changed things for me because I'm trying to remember exactly how it was, but I'm sure Crimson at one point had more GLs than Temmin. You know, I think I had more legendaries on Temmin at the time, but I had more Galactic Legends on Crimson. And like I said, the Lightspeed bundles have just flipped that. It's ridiculous. I mean, it is good in terms of catch-up mechanics, but it also feels like the free-to-play player does lack a lot of that. And then you throw in Relic Delta and it's like, what happens next for free-to-play players? Anyway, let's just rattle through these numbers quick. And I'll put the screen on so you can see it better, hopefully. GP for Crimson, 12 mil. Opponent is 12.49. Zeta's 324 to 378. We're 1 Omicron behind, 44 to 45. GL's 7 to 9. Relic's 205 to 212. Breakdown of those. That's a surprise. We're ahead on the 9s, 9 to 6. We're ahead on the 8s as well, 15 to 13. We're ahead on the 7s, 91 to 69, but they've got more 5s than me, 62 to 92. That is a surprise. I mean, I'll take it. It's an advantage, but it's still a surprise. Mods, we're ahead on 25s by a distance, 67 to 28. Also, when I talk about like efficiency and my account sort of falling behind, mods is one that I can tell. I mean, just bring up Temmin for comparison purposes. You know, I think I'm, what, 120 there? It's 118, sorry. 118 on 25s to 67 here. You know, I do the same things every day here. Yeah. Probably the biggest thing that's held this one back is doing Smuggler's Run too late. So it's just hard to get that mod score back up. But, hey, c'est la vie. So yeah, we're ahead on 20s. We're ahead on... Sorry, we're behind on 15s. 429 to 570. Datacron's got a few more. No speed sets on Leia or Jabba. Interesting call. No offense set or speed set, for that matter, or crit damage set on Starkiller. Just health. Gear 12 Zori, no Raver. That's strange. Bad Batch haven't been worked on, but CX2 has. They've got Balin. Maybe they're a new player? Like speed bundles? Very fast Ray Jedi training. Wow. Okay. Interesting. You think CG had changed the detriment to free-to-play? I've mentioned my thoughts on Relic Delta a bit, in the sense that, I mean, if anything, this is before the latest update, if you like, the version 4 came out. Again, I don't feel like the needle moves too much with that. I think it's positive that CG are being upfront about what they view Relic Delta being. Essentially, 4 Relic Delta is an FU, 5 Relic Delta is a FU to HAL. You know, even if it's not nice, I respect it in the sense that they are being blunt and honest. You know, it's like, okay, at least we know. But equally, I do think that if they don't put mechanics into the game that allow players to catch up with those relics, it's going to get nasty because, well, not nasty, but messy. Because, I mean, I said it earlier, I did that Wampa versus Sortie battle, and my Wampa's Relic 3, the Sortie was Relic 9. I would not have won that even with a Datacron. So, for me, that is where the concern comes in, that something that should be a counter suddenly isn't a counter. And I can't say I like that because it's removing the strategy. So I feel like there does need to be more give on it. That's what I would say. I mean, whether it's giving people more access to relic materials so that they can catch up. Like, if I'm suddenly flooding in relic materials to the point that I can say, sure, I'll take my Wampa up to Relic 7, Relic 8. That would be kind of okay, wouldn't it? In the sense of, you know, if it became easier to do these things. But if it's, oh yeah, we're just going to make it easy to get to Relic 1 or even Gear 12, it's like, that doesn't move the needle. So it's got to be a significant change if they're going to make this accessible for all players. But the fact that they haven't stated what that change is concerns me, because it could be that we're underestimating them. And it could be that they have got a really good change in mind that the player base will really like, and it'll make the pill of Relic Delta better to swallow. Or it could be that they're going to give us a very, very small change that doesn't move the needle at all and just makes people want to quit. I think there is a bit of negative to strategy, yeah. Again, I dislike this idea that you could have a Relic 9 Cup in a team. Like say Queen Amidala, for argument's sake. Your opponent could set Relic 5 Queen, Relic 5 Bros, Relic 5 GMY, but they bought that £5 cup bundle. And out of all those 5 on that side, that cup could be the one that wrecks you if you haven't got at least 3 relics between you. That for me is what is a concern. You know, and I feel like they do need to keep the actual stats scaling with the character's abilities. So in that instance, even if even if Cup has got 4 or 5 Relic Delta on an opposing character, they're not suddenly going to nuke them. I feel like that's got to be the way it is. There's got to be some way of respecting the actual characters and what they bring to the game. Otherwise, it's like, well, pretty much everyone who's rallied up something weird is going to get a benefit. You know, and as much as I think there's something positive in that, it's also a negative. You know, I did my Murder Bears to Relic 7 on my free-to-play here, and it's like, there's a kooky bit of me that thinks, alright, it'd be fun if people failed on my Relic 7 Ewoks because they try Relic 3 Nest. It would be funny. But also, it's like, but how funny, you know? And again, to a degree, I respect that. To a degree. I do think there is a logic in making relics more desirable, because I've said for a while, I don't tend to do things to Relic 9. Very rarely Relic 8 even, because the resources needed to get a character there are just too high. I mean, Galactic Legends I try to do to 8. If they're a tank or a good one, I usually go to 9. But usually anything else I stop at 7 unless I have to go higher. So I do think that was a problem that I respect they want to solve. You know, because they could have brought Relic 10 out. It could have had crazy juiced up stats. But there wouldn't be a point if people were still of the mindset I'm in, which is, well, what's the point? You know, so I respect that they had a problem that needed fixing. But I'm not sure this was the way to do it. I think that this was overkill. You know what I mean? Oh, for sure, they are bringing Relic 10 out. I mean, that's confirmed, I think, in next update. Well, I'll say next update, the actual update that brings Relic Delta in. But, yeah, it's just that idea of they could have done it without Relic Delta, but I still think it would have been an issue. You know, the same issue that stops me from doing Relic 8 and 9 now would be the same thing that stops other people upgrading. So the idea of trying to fix that, trying to make higher relics more of a necessity, again, I get it. I don't particularly like it in its current format because relics aren't easy to do, but if they do ease that upgrade process, I'd be more open to it. I mean, you think to yourself, there are 300 characters in the game, I think. That's what was said yesterday. How I look at it, they bring Relic 10 out, only the Krakens will be getting Relic 10 fast. So the ballpark will probably stay the same for a lot of characters, for a lot of players, because we'll all be working on getting characters up to higher relics to catch up to where we need to be, essentially. Like, use Phoenix as an example. I think this one's everyone's using. Phoenix against Raver. We're going to be trying to bridge that gap, aren't we? You know, make sure that our Phoenix team is at Relic 7, Relic 8, whatever we need to make sure that they don't lose to Raver. Whereas the Whales, they can push on. You know, they can say, right, well, we're going to do the Relic 10s. We're going to make sure that our top tunes are all much harder than that to beat. You know what I mean? So I think in that sense, it will benefit because the players who essentially, a bit like myself, the players that need to catch up or spending resources doing that, whereas those who are already ahead, they can just focus on staying ahead. So again, from all of that side of it, I do understand CG and I actually respect it. It's just, again, the damage numbers, and even though again I respect the honesty that came out with that statement yesterday about Relic 5 Relic Delta should be absolutely a no. I don't like it. You know, it's like I think there was probably a better way of doing it. Oh yeah, there's definitely only a handful. It's quite literally the Krakens. But yeah, it's it'll incentivize the spending for those, I would have thought. Okay. Let's just map this out a bit. I mean, I think this has been the interesting thing since all this came out. Trying to say to yourself, essentially, what battles we do in GAC will be different. To a degree, I actually do agree, T-Max. Because even then, it's a 3 Relic Delta if it's Relic 10. Which, from what we hear, is still possible. It's unlikely, but it's possible. So, I think Relic 7 to 9, 2 Relic Delta, it should be okay. Not easy, but okay. And obviously, if you've got Relic 8s, it's going to be much closer. So yeah, I completely agree with that logic. I think 7 is the sweet spot for now. But it's worth keeping in mind that even though they've announced Relic 10 will come with Delta, I would not be surprised one bit if Relic 11 is hot on the heels, because they'll be thinking, right, now that we've got this system in place, we can bring out the extra relics and essentially pressure people into doing upgrades. The what, Ada? Yeah, it's coming soon, TM. Yeah, it's essentially they wanted to put in a system to make Relic 10 desirable. That's the gist of the conversation we've been doing, and the player base doesn't agree with the methods CG are implementing. I'll join in that. I don't necessarily agree with it either, but I can see what the problem is they're trying to solve. I'm not saying it's the right solution, but it is a solution. Yeah, I do agree with Arnold when you hear that line, investment, and I think, am I playing a game to invest or am I playing a game to have fun? You know, it's that... It really did have a corporate feel to it, that line. Delta is essentially their wording for the power that a character will have now. So take... Let me see if we've got one on the screen. No. All right, so say this layer team on my screen here. That's Relic 7, Relic 8, and Relic 7. So say I took in a character that was, for argument's sake, Relic 2 against it. Layer would absolutely destroy it because the layer would have 200% extra damage and receive 200% less. So that's essentially how it works. If there's 5 relics between your character and their character, it's 200% difference each way. So it's a 400% gulf. It's going to be ridiculous. Yeah, it ain't 50. Here we go. Hang on, is that the old one? Yeah, that's the old one. So yeah, if there's 5 relic levels between you, 200% extra offensive damage, and sorry, 66% less damage received. I didn't remember this too. I thought it was 200 each way. So yeah, it's a 266% difference between your characters. It's offense or damage. I think it might just be... I think it's damage. I'm trying to make sure I do a distinction there, because damage is what you have in stats, so offense could be different. Yeah, damage reduction and damage. Yeah. But yeah, the one thing that's been used in the example is the idea that everyone, well not everyone, but a lot of people have gained access to a Relic 9 cup via a $4.99 bundle. So a Relic 9 cup could potentially, if it was facing against a Relic 5, well actually a Relic 4 character for argument's sake, it would deal 200% extra damage against that Relic 4 character and then receive 66% less damage. So even though it's, I mean, Relic 3 is probably the more likely one, but it's just that idea of a cup could suddenly be dangerous. It's mental. And yeah, there are some fun examples. I mean, cup is definitely a fun example, but there are examples where that might be nice, but a lot of the time that's probably going to be very rough. And at least it is better than this original where it was 95% each way. I mean, that was really rough. But when you think it was 100, it's now 150. So it has gone up from then. But it's the middle ground that's reduced. Yeah, it's when Relic 10 comes out, it's going to be a bit of a mess. I'm just waiting to hear what they do with the economy. I mean, I think if Relic materials don't ease up, it's going to get very awkward. You're not spending any credits at the moment. I'm assuming because you want save for doing Relic upgrades. Pardon me. Alright, let's do Slacker on Ahsoka. I haven't seen a layer on defense in some time. Yeah, for me, that's the big thing. I need to see how the economy reacts to it, because how the rally economy impacts change. Because if it's too little, it could be enough to drive people, including myself, from playing. Because there's no fun if you're just going to get walloped every game. But if the improvements are enough that there's a potential to keep up, then yeah, I'd be more open to it. It's where I haven't liked this sort of vagueness they've been using in the language. It's like, just be honest with us and tell us what it's actually going to be. Honestly, you could say that for a lot of games, MJ. I mean, how many games nowadays aren't a leech in some manner? Yeah, the irony is, it feels like they were going in a better path recently. The marquees were getting cheaper, for instance. It felt like the episode pass was reasonable. So yeah, it's strange that they've now decided to swing the other way again. For sure, that's definitely worth keeping in mind. You don't want to waste money, well, I say money, crystals money, on anything that's probably going to be devalued. Yeah, I can respect that, Ada. I mean, I think if you're not getting the enjoyment out of the game, you have to stop. Yeah. Playing just for yourself, essentially. Right, that's a very, very loose plan, but I figure we can start with this lot. Just checking, when you say Palpatine, do you mean Sith Eternal? Like Gucci Palpatine, as we call him sometimes. Thought I'd just check. I mean, again, MJ, I can't knock you for it. So many players I've seen quit in the last couple of years. It's a slog at times. I feel like last year has been one of the better years in terms of I felt motivated to play a lot of the time. Whereas in years gone by, maybe I've not felt as good. Like I say, it's been a slog. Maybe in part for me, that's because Conquest has felt just a little bit better. Just for the fact I've had more characters, I've been able to deal with it better. But, yeah, again, I can't knock anyone for deciding, nah, I've had enough. Yeah, exactly. It's... I am with you. It would be very nice if there was another kind of game out there. I mean, Battlefront died an early death by comparison. I never played them, but I heard about them. I mean, I'll take your word for that. I mean, like I say, it was just something that I think escaped me. I've said before, I only got into SWGOH by accident, really. So, yeah, I feel like I sometimes miss out on games when they've maybe got a bit of popularity. It's more of a shame because he wasn't always, as you phrase it, semi-rubbish. Like, they've even given him a Datacron now and he's still not as he was. I mean, the same question was asked in Marvel Snap about the likes of Captain America, like, why is he not as good as Iron Man? And the simple answer is, they need big characters to start the game off. You know, people want to play the Captain Americas. They don't be waiting like 6 months to get them, you know? I get it. It's not always nice but from the... I want to have a valued big character, but I get why it happens. And it's where reskins usually come in. If you can't tell, my Datacron count is low here. Come on, we'll do that. We'll swipe. It's a choice, isn't it? Thing is, you never know when you start a game, though, how long it's going to be. I mean, you've just cited, well, I say you, but in chat has just been citing 2 games, and it's like, you don't know if they're going to have the lifespan of that or what we have ended up with. So I do respect it again in the sense of probably have a lot of plan for the here and now versus the long term. Because they probably do say to themselves, oh, if we carry on, we can end up bringing in new versions. Come on, Ahsoka. Let me take a turn. She is so annoying. It's not even, like, difficult annoying. It's just, like, she just doesn't know when to stop. Oh, I was hoping the swipe would not deal that damage. Okay, never mind. Alright, jab jab was this, wasn't it? Yeah. Yeah, kind of frustrating, that one. I was hoping to swipe and just get a few banners back, but, well, say get a few banners back, hold, and then get banners back with a kill with Rey, but, oh well. Only reason this round's kind of bumming me is that they haven't actually attacked yet, so unlike Temmin, I won't know if they've, I won't know now if they've won or not. Because I actually went out the last round on both accounts thinking, oh, I've done alright, you know, I've full cleared, I've got over 2,000, I've probably got a good score here. And yeah, to lose both, it was a bit of a bummer, I'm not going to lie. I appreciate the compliment. I mean, I feel like I'm very subpar. I mean, especially since I've joined my new guild, I feel like I'm always trying not to muck up. Could be just like new place jitter still being there. I'm having to try and remind myself not to skim read all the time. All right. All right, Ninth is back. Yeah, I know that Kenobi struggles against Raver, even without the Kron, so this felt pretty straightforward. I mean, this Datacron is filthy. It's not banner efficient, but it's filthy. I haven't been tracking. Is it 56? That was, I'm guessing, 64. No, that'd be 65, wouldn't it? I'm making these up, I know I am. Oh, saying that, was only one out, damn. I'll take that. 57, screw it. Sorry, my memory's absolutely atrocious, so if I got half of them right, I'm impressed with myself. 1, 2. Yeah, try and hold the Datacron back, I guess. Alright, Treya, remember, we're not allowing you to die. You die, I'm struggling, so please don't. SWGOH, be a good tank for me, even though you're not a tank. Bye-bye. Okay. Bye-bye. Yeah, at this level, I feel like you have to count for the banners a bit, just to try and check your efficiency. It'd be nice if you didn't. I do prefer the rounds where it's more just... like on my main, to be fair. My main today was pretty much just... don't mess up badly and you win. Those are the nice rounds, you know, where you don't have to think too much. I thought I'd have a few more of them this season, to be honest, because I did have a bad 5v5, but... yeah, round 1 was a bit of a stumper. Alright, let's see what's been hiding. Okay, Tarkin without an Omicron on his lead, so that's helpful. Grand Inquisitor with 9th Sister... oh, it's not even 9th Sister Datacron. Wow. Oh, of course the guy hasn't got Raver. Okay. Still less positive. Jensen. KB with New and Barris. And Boss Nass. Okay. So... I think I set Adrad on defense. Yeah, I wonder if Wampa could do Tarkin. Because there isn't days in Tarkin, is there? Let me just back out a second. There we go. Whenever he uses the second special, dispel buffs on all enemies and daze them. Whenever the first special's used, inflict fear. Yep, so without that, I think Wampa's got a chance. I'm going to move Malgus from there and put that there. We'll do C there. I think I'm going to do JMK there, JML there. How does Barris work? With her Zeta, she gains turn meter. Let me get this right. She gains turn meter, I think, for debuff. So let me reread it. At the end of a turn, she dispels all debuffs from the weakest debuffed ally and gains 10% turn meter for each debuff removed. So, here we go. Whenever an ally is critically hit, that ally recovers 20% health and Barris gains 10% turn meter. So, essentially, the more allies get crit, the more turn meter she gets, which means she can then dispel debuffs from the weakest ally. Yeah, she can get a lot of turns, can Barris. She can be really annoying. Not entirely sure what we do with these two, but we'll try and cook something up for them. Yeah, that would probably be a bad counter. The Grand Inquisitor Cron itself isn't big, but the level 6 could be. Let's have a look. Nah, that's nothing. Okay, let's start on this wall. Let's take down Vader. Yeah, I'm sure. The good Inquisitor Crons are Ninth Sister's level 9 and Second Sister, I think. All the others are kind of dog doo-doo. $20 stacks. Bye-bye, Vader. All right, very quick, 54. What's the next tricky one? Let's do Seer on Mace. Go on, this isn't it. Oh, saying that, there's a lot of armor, Pan. Oh, no, don't worry. Feel free to ask. If anything, what's that phrase Zareth uses? I'm not the fountain of all knowledge. That's certainly the case for me. All right, can I throw some rocks at Mace? Yep. I haven't heard Rambam for a while, but I get the feeling he's already starting a petition for Make Mace Great Again. Alright, Dapper didn't stand a chance. I need a dispel. Or for Taran to just go ham. Okay. I'm going to run out of crons in a minute. That is safe to say. Tank tech. Let's Linky Dink. And Linky Dink. We'll do that. Put that on Armourer. Yeah, of course, Terran goes for Armourer. Three stacks. Thank you. Let's just go for Cal. We'll probably lose Armourer here. I mean, saying that, we haven't lost her yet, but it wouldn't be a surprise if we do. Hey, I'll take a 56. You know, I was just about to log the score, and I think I haven't been doing it for a few. In the current climate, no. He doesn't... He likes it, but it's not like a must. It's like Relic 8, he likes Relic 8. But, again, if we're talking about ignoring Relic Delta and all those kind of things, he doesn't need it, he just likes it. Okay, so revive. And we'll do that. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Auf Wiedersehen. Ciao for now. Slacker? Oh, Phoenix. Hey, fair enough. Galactic Legends are a safe bet. I wouldn't do JMK as my first, but if he's like your only Galactic Legend, then yeah, that'd be a choice. I feel like JML's like the top one for R9 who isn't a requirement. Yeah, and then they had to spoil it all by making Phoenix a Relic 8 requirement for Rote. Well, not a requirement, but, you know, there being a team in Rote for it. Or a node. Alright, come on, Womp. Let's get you in here. Hey, it's not bad if you're still doing well with it. Alright, Womp, nicely done. What did I say for GI? I didn't. Great. Let's go to KB then for Malgus. Let's just do a basic there. Get the deflective ward off. Bit of shock on Granny with a gun. Oh, it's so shocking. Thank you. Yeah, again, I think any major upgrades that you wouldn't do anyway, I wouldn't think about it. I mean, I'm working on stuff for the raid still, so that's why I'm like pushing things through. But if I was ready, I'd be like, you know what, I'll just wait. You know, there's no need to hurry, is there? If you don't need to. Alright, what have I got after JML? Adrad, Imps, Padme. Not the greatest load of tunes, but I could maybe make something work. There we go, get rid of the debuffs. Stuns, please, thank you. I don't think Jar Jar was expecting that damage. Well, in fairness, Jar Jar is a fictional character, so he wouldn't, but I stand by my point. Oh, okay. That really does irritate me how they can interrupt a bonus turn like that. Honestly, I wish I was. I just keep saying to myself, maybe I can just get a bit better. You know what I mean? Like, keep edging forward. Here we go. We got Hera and... well, I say Hera, it's Jensen. And Grand. Could we do something with these? This feels like a bit of cope. Okay, damage immunity. Ooh, okay, not nice. Oof. Okay, she goes again. Oof, okay. Ouch. Okay. We're going to lose to Solo Fulcrum here, I think. Yeah. Ouch. That was a drop I didn't want. I'll come back for that. Let's just clear this. Rouge 1. Yeah, I feel like it's a shame you haven't picked up on Spectre. You know, Jensen, Padawan Sabine. I feel like that would have been your next thing, you know? Yeah, for sure. I have heard that they've just finished filming season 2 of Ahsoka, so we're going to see those characters again soon. I say soon, not imminent soon, but you know, soon enough. Bye-bye. Oh, okay. A little bit surprising that, but we'll carry on. Turn it away. There we go. One, two, three. Nice and straightforward. Yeah, that's kind of irritating as drops go. I mean, I haven't dropped another one, have I? Yeah, so one drop. Again, our last round went, I could easily believe losing a Grand Arena based on one drop, and that's so irritating, but what can you do? All right. Rouge 1. Executor. Radis. Oh, not Radis. Negotiator? Well, it's either that or I do Negotiator here, which is bad banners. Prof there. And then I still don't have some... Well, I could do Prof there. Oh no, I've said Prof there. Executor there. Yeah, I think I'd rather just do Prof. Okay, let's bring that Xanadu out. It's funny how they've brought two ships into the game in this past month, and both of them are reinforcements. I mean, I'm not complaining. I'd rather the ships be in the game than not, but it's just funny how they didn't go, maybe we don't do reinforcements. I can ignore taunt here, can't I? Well, it's saying that there isn't a taunt, so I don't know what I'm talking about. Rogue One's just got a bit of bad aim. I feel like that's bait. Okay. What's that, 76? Yeah. Okay, so we do Executor here. Gotta be a little bit careful because I know that this can swing the other way. But if we go like this, we should be fine. Alright, let's just focus on Anakin. Okay, and bye-bye. When am I mega bonking? I'm curious what bonking's meant to be in this context, let alone mega bonking. Sounds like a very weird kind of orgy. Okay. I'm sure when they came up with that name, they didn't have that in mind. Yeah, we get the AoE, we counter. Alright, that wasn't fun. I feel like that needs adding onto my list of things I'm not aware of. Right, Star Destroyer. Not Star Destroyer. Death Star. Call yourself Star Wars fan. Okay. Good banners. 74. Yeah, we could have gone undersized, so I'll keep that in mind. And then Negotiator. Okay, let's just focus on Ray. Bit weird that Poe isn't starting. Not like it makes a big difference, but still a bit weird. Okay, comeuppance. Let's put that on Annie. Critis immunity. Yeah, this is slightly concerning in terms of banners. Yep, that ain't good. Okay, no fun. Alright, how much did I lose there? We're at 69. Ugh. 2053. To me, that seems like a good score. Hopefully that's enough to scare him off anyway. Alright. Let's get some fleet battles in. First turn, full auto. And let's go to the screen. There we go. But yeah, I can't say I've ever heard of a game like that. Well, I say like that, as in that title. I do think it'd be nice, right, if more games went down the Apple Arcade kind of route, where essentially there's no premium mechanics, but maybe there is something that you pay up front, you know? I say Apple Arcade because obviously that's a subscription fee, but you know, even like what you've just said, $10 up front, but then nothing like pay to play or pay to win hidden underneath. It'd be nice to see. Well, I suppose the issue then will always be how do you manage to keep the income, if you like, keep the money ticking in. You'd think there's always a way, though. Well, all I can say is I've just typed in those first letters on the App Store and I cannot see that. It does make me wonder if my leg has been pulled. This doesn't make me feel great either. I talk about the future of this account and I'm like, just little things like how slow it's felt doing Ezra here. It's like, good God, I feel like I've been doing him for a lifetime. It's only been, what, a month? Mace played a part in that, but still kind of irritating. Nothing really coming up, is there? Six and Shadows, I guess. Shall we see how quick these die? There they go. I thought we were being kind, not letting Sorty kill them. Hopefully we can survive the opening salvo here. In a way, this goes back to the core problem of, like, farming right now, though. Like, on this account, I've just got no way of getting Tuscans. Like, I say no way. Like, I could literally stop everything right now and say, right, I'm going to build up my Tuscans to Relic 5 just so that they are at a usable level. But I do that, and then I'm suddenly like, oh, but that means I've also got to stop doing, like, pirate farming. You know, and I recognise that it's a choice that they put in front of you. Do you want to keep up or do you want to catch up? Well, there's only so much catching up you can do before it's not really feasible, you know? And I'm talking to someone who's at the end of the game, if you like. So I'm not at the tip of the spear, but you know, I'm close to the end than someone just starting out. So yeah. Wondering if there's a bounty hunter mechanic for offense up. That would be kind of cool if we could get Embo's contract to trigger. I've dabbed Bob Bulber in for momentum. Could we maybe just do something like this, however kooky it would be? Like, Jabba's not here for be Hook Cartel, he's just here as a bounty hunter. This just feels like very weird and bad, but I'm curious. I mean, Grief would die instantly. That's why my head's going. Try and think who died there. Bosk. I mean, that is kind of brutal, that. Not surprised, but brutal. So I haven't got, like, Balin, otherwise I could try and cheese that. Oddly enough, no offense up there. Okay, offense up there, cool. I mean, arguably, I could put Shaq in here. Just considering I'm waiting for a fleet battle, I figure why not faff around a bit? Bit of evasion going on here. Is this a planet modifier? Because I didn't think they all assisted. Someone tells me I didn't get it then. Yeah, complete the battle. Can't say I'm looking forward to that one, by the way, winning however many battles it was with Bodhi in my team. Okay, so I've got a raid run to do in a minute, but I always try and gauge what people want to watch, and I'm thinking a raid run probably isn't what people want to watch, so I'm going to wrap up in a minute. Yeah, we've got that on my main. Well, it wasn't JMK actually. We did JML on my main. But yeah, essentially just Shaq and a bunch of people who kind of like that into it. It's not bad, is it? I wanted to try Mace just see if he got offense up in his kit. I think he did on his first special, sorry, second special. But yeah, getting around to use it often enough is a challenge. Oh well. Like I said, I could have put Shaq in there as well. I never thought to do that. Probably could have left out Jocasta. Then there'd be two in the team. But yeah, I'm going to have a think what I'm going to do with Crimson. I think I need to get my head right around it. I don't really know. I don't really know what I want to do yet. Like, if I did decide to stop playing Crimson, it'd be a bit of a hard call, but I don't know. I feel like some of the fun's gone from it, you know what I mean? And I don't feel like I need to be playing it. I don't, you know what I mean? I don't just be playing it for the sake of playing it. I'll try and make my mind up before Monday's stream. That way, if I do decide to call it, I can actually call it on a high, as it were. But yeah, I need to have a think. All right, in the meantime, close that down. I didn't mean to. Let's get a raid launched. Is Hutsangai still on? Ah, they've gone to Braves fan, I'm guessing, so we'll head there. Alright, so yeah, that pretty much says what I need to say. I'll be back on Monday, so hopefully I'll see you then, folks. Raiders launch, so go and enjoy Braves fan. And yeah, have a good rest of your weekend. Alright, see you folks. Bye for now.